would appreciate your shit talking, but we can't hear it.
You happy, Your Highness?
We shouldn't be smoking that anyway. That is an old bowl.
Oh, I should probably do an intro. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I like that impression.
Yeah, this is what James sounds like, right?
Sort of, yeah.
So, just for people tuning in for the first time, I just want to let you guys know what kind of show you're going to be listening to. We are a North Icelandic cartoon show with 3 people. We have St. John, St. Lucia, and Alfred. We're smoking, and we would like to thank you for joining the Seattle Smoke Show.
Alfred, I like that one.
Yeah.
I'm a good Alfred.
You are. It was going to be Archibald. But
That's my middle name.
Oh, that makes sense.
Alfred Archibald.
See, I didn't want it to become too close to reality. I needed a little separation there, I don't want to break through that fourth wall.
So we are either going to start out with lemon lime slushy or watermelon. We know your vote. Damn, we know your vote. I guess I'm the tiebreaker.
God damn it.
That was a joke. Anybody got a vote?
No, I got. Oh, what are they?
Lemon lime slushy and watermelon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I was going to vote slushy just because I didn't want to stereotype myself into voting watermelon.
I'm going to vote watermelon.
True story. See?
I'll stereotype
I thought that
myself
was going to happen
right
too.
in
I
there.
was like, this is Schrodinger's decision.
So I'm going for lemon lime slushy because
Is there watermelon alive?
Mm.
You never know.
it smells like a lime Sprite. God, it's like almost dripping with oil. The whole out. It's a little shorty. It's a half gram. This is a legit gold mini lemon lime slushy flavored hybrid. And the oil, there's so much oil in it, it's just leaked all through the paper.
And it's super lemony too.
It smells very, very lemony limey, like a extra limey Sprite.
We are an all cartoon show, though.
All cartoon?
Yeah, we just stream in cartoon.
Oh, that's dope. You get some animations in?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're mostly animation.
I'm super animated, as I'm sure you can all tell.
Yeah.
Whatever you're looking at, I'm sure it's super animated at this moment.
It's definitely animated.
Like bouncing off the walls and shit.
Yeah. It's like that shitty, like the really low quality,
Like South Park?
like Korean. No, like the really shitty Korean animation style. You know what I'm talking about? It's the stuff. It's the you see it on like Netflix every once in a while, in like kids cartoon shows, where it's just like really blocky. Like it's not. I don't know. It just feels really blocky and gross.
I don't know. Those are cartoons. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but they're not smooth like a Pixar or a Disney movie or
Oh,
even
yeah.
some of the newer ones like that aren't
Yeah.
those ones. But they're just kind of like really. I don't know. Like more Minecraft almost, like looking ish.
A little bloopy.
I like Minecraft.
I bet you do.
I like turtles.
That was good.
At least one of them.
That was good.
Yeah.
Fuck turtles.
Wow.
That's the unpopular opinion hot take right there.
Well, I mean, if turtles are dumb enough to go full speed into a straw,
No, it's only fuck giant sea turtles. They have to weigh more than you.
Yeah.
well,
You
they
can't-
do.
You can't fuck
They do
regular
weigh
size
more than me.
turtles.
Right.
You
It's,
can.
it's tortoises.
They
That's
weigh
what
more
you're
than
looking
me.
for.
Hey, both of them. I'm gonna lose some weight really quick.
You're gonna get fucked up by a turtle. You know what? There's no recourse for that, alright?
I'm gonna sue.
You know,
You can't
turtles
sue
are
turtles.
You can't.
turtles are really
Nature is above the law.
No, I'm gonna sue the shell off of him.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Taking the
fuck
home off
me.
his back.
What if he's a ninja turtle?
Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah,
Then you're
that
definitely
changes
not gonna
things.
be able to sue him.
Yeah, no lawsuit.
They have aliases.
Just
well then I'll
Ninja
sue
stars.
New York.
Ooh.
The
Because
city.
why are they allowing live animals to live in a sewer?
Sue April O'Neil for aiding and abetting that
Thank
shit.
you.
That's what
That-
you do.
Now that is a good idea.
Terrible.
As my personal attorney, I appreciate your.
I'm gonna
your
die on this
counsel.
hill. I want to go pro sewer turtle.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah.
Pho. That makes no sense.
Mhm.
You would hang
I mean,
out
what
with
would
those
you?
things.
What would you? I mean, would he be your friend? A sewer turtle?
Why not? Just because he's either from the sewer or a turtle does not exclude him from being able to be my friend. So no.
He does,
All right,
does
you have-
smell
so-
extremely bad, though.
You like slow friends that live in shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Thank you.
I'm looking at 2 of them right now.
Oh, that's a good point. My house is very clean. I don't know what you're talking about. My office is clean.
Yeah.
The only thing that's dirty is my mind.
Yeah, and your car.
My
and
mind
your,
and my.
and your beard and your lifestyle, your
Oh, yeah.
life choices.
I have 2 children, a child-in-law, and a grandchild living in this house. Is always going to be trash.
Hey, my place is fucked too.
You know what?
There's a path to walk through. We're good.
You should go back to where you came from. You're just bringing too many people into this country, and you're all living in one apartment, bro.
That's true.
That's fucked up.
I think you're in a
Go
little
back to
immigrant
where you
Washington.
came from.
Arkansas, you think it's a different country, but it's not. It's
We'll
weird.
give it to Mexico.
It's weird how it
Wow.
can be that much in the same country and that much a completely different place.
I mean, I think that's just how it is anywhere in the middle U.S. I mean, you go from L.A. to Seattle or New York.
Arkansas is
and
pretty uniquely backwards.
DC.
The
Alabama?
the thing is, there's not really
They're super backwards.
cities. There's not big cities in Arkansas. There's a big city
Right.
in the middle, right in the middle of the state. So it is very crime ridden. It's very violent. They have a lot of gang issues. They've made movies about the gang issues that there are in Little
The
Rock.
gangs.
I mean, that
Bad.
sounds like
Worry
Nevada
about the
or
gangs.
Arizona.
Yeah, but there's big cities there.
In Arizona?
Phoenix?
Yeah. Name another one.
Tuscany?
Albuquerque. Oh, that's
Tuscany.
New Mexico. Shit.
And Albuquerque's not even that big of a population, but I mean, I give it a shot.
Okay, but I'm willing to bet Phoenix is significantly larger than Little
Probably,
Rock.
but I'm just saying it's one. I mean, it's one big
It
ass
is,
city.
It
in
is, but I'm saying
whole state,
the
essentially.
big ass thing in Arkansas is still relatively small, and it's as big as it gets for there.
Word.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there was the mayor of L.A. was on Dax Shepard's podcast. You probably don't listen to it, but for you listeners out there, you definitely should. He's a monster. But he had the
I bet there are more
The
people
mayor.
in LA
Yeah.
than
armchair
Arkansas.
expert. That's what it's called. Yeah, there's more people in L.A. than like 40 of the states, like singly.
Yeah.
Any of these 40 states, there's a bigger population. Just L.A.
Right.
than there is in the whole entire state. And
Yeah.
just
I guarantee
LA,
Arkansas is in that.
Just LA is the 17th largest economy in the world.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
So he's got, that city mayor literally has more power over more people than governors.
Presidents even.
And he has more funding, which is what's crazy.
But still.
I'm stoned.
But then you have Australia.
But you know-
Australia
but you
is
know what
the
that
same
means?
size as the United States. Is the lower United
Yeah,
States.
but the population's all in
20
one
million
spot.
people. That's what LA is. 20 million people in all of the lower United States. Imagine that. That's Australia. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
This weed is really good.
Yeah, it is really good.
Really, really
Smells really good.
stoned. We're just almost through this first little half grammer.
And these guys are already fucking baked.
It's
Shit.
tasty. I only got the kind of like lime Sprite vibe for the first couple hits.
Yeah.
You did lose this Icelandic accent.
Right? But it's hard.
As soon as we started the show on, you had to throw on your acting. It's cool. It's fine.
They make fun of me.
Yeah.
Is that how? I think it's Finnish. I don't know.
There's a difference.
Maybe Dutch. Is there a difference?
There's a difference.
No, not genetically. They're all brothers and sisters. It's basically Arkansas, bro.
I was
You
gonna
can
say
fit right
just
in.
like Arkansas. Man, when I first moved up here from Arkansas, that was the comment I most frequently got. For one thing, I had a really thick accent. I talked just about like this right here, and I first moved up here. And
Until you got slapped a
first
couple of
thing
times,
people
told
would
talk
ask
faster.
was,
Yeah.
be like, "Where are you from?" Arkansas. Oh, you fuck your sister?
Yeah.
No.
Well, that was one time in the 3rd grade. How do you fucking know this? I've never told anyone, Joe. God. Fucking Marianne just spilling the beans. I didn't even know Facebook was in Arkansas.
They're just not getting MySpace.
Dude,
No,
I should go
Arkansas
back.
gets all the trends, but much later.
I could be Tom.
Hey, you know what's crazy about that though? They're so far behind, and yet their votes are probably worth twice as much. Probably closer to 3 times as much as
No.
everybody counts.
In the Senate, Arkansas gets the same amount of votes as LA.
Come on.
No, but their votes are
Okay,
worth
well,
more.
first off, no. That's not how that works.
In the Senate, that is how that works.
It's California, not just LA.
Okay, but LA's all that really counts. The rest is just like it's
San
decoration.
Francisco,
It's decoration.
San Diego.
Nah, that's all decoration on LA.
Yeah,
It's a lot of decoration.
It is.
It's a lot of
Well,
decoration.
LA's got a lot of fucking money.
That's true.
LA's probably bigger than all the rest of them put together, is it not?
I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I think San Francisco. I mean, space wise, I think yeah, because LA does this weird thing where they don't build
People-wise.
up. They don't like build up. Like,
Population. Does LA have more
yeah.
population than the whole rest of California put together?
No.
No, not at all.
No.
No,
Not very popular.
LA is huge.
Close.
has, like I said, 20
No,
million people. Some people even may suspect
Okay.
more, plus or minus, because there's a bunch of illegals there.
But according
But-
to its economy being the 17th largest in the world, I'm willing to bet it makes more money than all the rest of California put together.
Probably.
Okay?
I mean, unless it were
in
maybe.
that case, since the money is what really matters in a capitalist economy, LA has 2 votes in the Senate. Arkansas has 2 votes in the Senate. They have an equal voice.
No, that is true. But it's not just LA.
Now, that's unbalanced by the House of Representatives purposely, but
Oh, well, it's not just LA. It's the big cities are Democrat. If you go outside of those cities, they're all conservative. I mean, Reagan was a Republican. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a Republican governor. There's still people that are voted in as Republican, but it's just like here, Seattle. It is 100%. I mean, King County decides for the entire rest of the state, but the entire rest
where
of
all
the state
people
is
are.
Republican. Right, I mean, the majority of them.
no, not the entire rest of the state.
Pretty much the entire rest of the state votes
Western
Republican.
Washington decides
It
for the
doesn't.
whole rest of the state.
No, King County. King County, parts of Thurston, and maybe Pierce. There's no. Everywhere else is almost 100% Republican.
I don't know.
There's more people here. There's more people
I get it.
in
I understand
here
the
than
point,
any other place.
but, I'll
That's
take
how
the
it is.
under.
I'm telling you statistics. This
Thanks.
is a real thing.
Thanks, Status Rick.
That's what I'm doing.
All right, well, tell your stats that those people shouldn't have more or less of a vote just because they have a lot of land out in the middle of nowhere.
Well, it's not that they don't. No, they don't get a say.
You know what
They
I'm
have
saying?
no say at all.
No, because you have representatives, right, that are elected depending on their district. But one person's district might have, 100,000, 500,000 people in it. Another person has a district that's fucking huge. There's nobody on it. Shit's ridiculous. So,
Well, that's just population. I mean, there's like 4 districts in, I think it's Wisconsin.
You're wrong, Rick.
mm,
You're
West
very
Coast.
wrong.
West Coast map.
That's
What does
not
it
West
say?
Coast. That's Washington.
I mean, West Coast, Washington. Sorry.
I'll just
The
look at
Western Coast.
So, Western Washington decides for the rest, but as soon as you cross the mountains, it's Republicanville. That's why when everybody's like, Washington wants to split into 2 states, my vote is fuck no. I don't want to live next door to Arkansas again, and I don't want them to have 2 votes in the Senate.
That makes sense, too.
No, hell no, I don't want the other half of Washington to split. We're just barely keeping them in check.
Well, that makes sense.
Is it time for more weed? I'm pretty
Almost.
stoned.
Yeah.
Pretty fucking stoned. You should start making that
These are
blunt while I
stats
light
from
another
like 10
joint.
years
I'm gonna
ago,
do
though.
that.
This is going to be the smoke show.
And that's more of what it is.
Okay, but you're still incorrect. That's like 10 counties that are blue.
What's that supposed to be?
Right. Out of the 30.
Yes, that's a third of it. Not 2 counties deciding for all of them, like you said.
Okay. There's a few others.
Record.
But the population is next to none of those.
It's very close to West versus East.
It's
There's one group of hippies that live right there.
That's a college town.
What county is that?
That's a college. That's Pullman. That's where
Oh, yeah.
the Cougars are.
That's
Specifically.
awesome.
And then you have the county that's right next to Portland, Vancouver.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, yeah, this is a nothing county. There's
So,
probably 50,000 people
Everyone
in that
who
whole county.
borders the water is like, who borders
We're
the
money.
water,
Rich
which
people.
means they border the rest of the world, and those are the people who have all of the money,
Yeah.
are like Democrat, 100%.
Right.
In fact, if you go across the United States, that's close to what you find. If you have people beside nice water and expensive property, they say Democrat.
Generally.
Not always,
Not always.
but generally.
But generally, yeah. That's why Michigan.
I'm going to take
Michigan
the
makes
over
sense 'cause it's
50%
right there.
on that one in the U.S.
No, that makes sense.
Over
because
50% of counties that border
water.
that
What kind of water?
no that empties into an ocean.
Mm.
Like
So we would
that
count
is-
the Great
that
Lakes.
no, that's again like a little canal that empties it to the ocean. Something that connects. I would count Texas, Florida, all of the South around there because
I don't
they
think
all
those are. I wouldn't think that those
the
are.
Gulf of Mexico. That's
No.
that's the ocean.
I understand. No, I get that. I'm saying I wouldn't think that southern Texas would be known for Democrats. I mean, maybe.
I don't think it would.
But-
That's what I'm saying as an example. I don't
You
think
think,
any
you
of
think
that will
that's an
say
example
that.
of where Republicans would be,
Right, but
as
I still
opposed to
think that
New England
as a-
and California.
as a
Oregon.
matter of the country as a whole, we're going to be over 50% population that borders water at an ocean or that empties to the ocean as Democratic.
I don't know, maybe.
That's where
I mean,
the
yeah,
money
I'd take
is.
the over.
Too.
I'd
It
take the
should
over
be
on.
where the money is, but the richest people in the country are Republicans.
Have
are
5
they
different
not?
houses, and
Jesus.
maybe they have an apartment, where it's most expensive. But
I don't know. I just came up with this like off the top of
No,
my
I mean,
head
it
over the
makes
last
sense,
couple
but-
of minutes. I don't know if this is accurate.
there's
or not.
definitely, though, you can, just to clarify, though, just so that we were both right. So it's not just one county, fine. But the
It's-
majority of the state is Republican, or votes Republican.
by land area, yes.
No, by
The
district
vast
numbers.
majority.
By the numbers.
What about numbers?
No.
Yeah.
By the
picture
numbers
just
of
shows you.
people, clearly we're Democratic.
Oh, no, I understand, but I'm saying how many...
But by
we have like
the
30
number of counties, by land
30
area.
counties? I'm just saying,
by
we have 30
land
counties.
area of the whole state. If you just looked
Yeah.
at the state,
Sure.
70% or maybe more of the state is
Would be-
Republican
yeah.
by land area.
Cool. Yeah, I agree with that.
Just not by
Yeah.
number of people. But
Yeah, totally.
just to look at the map in color, it's 2/3 to 3/4 Republican.
It's pretty bloody out there. It's pretty what, amber? Amber's red, right?
And that's how gerrymandering works.
Crimson?
Crimson. It's very crimson out there, people.
Crimson. So we're gonna smoke a diamond tip, pure flower, pure flavor, made with the highest quality flowers and loaded with award-winning solvent-free hash.
It's solventless.
It's solvent-free.
Ooh,
There's a difference.
I understand. So it is solvent free.
Free of salt.
This is solvent-free hash.
Hmm.
That means that no solvent ever touched it. Solventless just means that there is no solvent left in the final product.
Mm.
Right.
Just
so in the
like-
water there would be solvents or something.
Kind of like when you see a label on weed that says pesticide tested with confidence, that does not mean pesticide free. That is not the same thing. And oftentimes they don't have to say anymore on the package whether they're pesticide free or not. If they're not pesticide free, it's liable to say, go look at our website and we'll tell you there.
Yep.
If it's pesticide free, they like to show that. That's loud and proud. That's out front. It costs money to be pesticide free. But this strain,
So do you know what that means?
this does say
So-
pesticide free on it,
So you
by the way.
So you just explain what solvent free means. Do you know? I mean, we all know what solvent is, right?
Oh God, here we go.
No, I mean, like, you know it, but
Yes.
let me read it. The liquid in which a solvent is dissolved to form a solution. So a liquid, typically one other than water, used for dissolving other substances.
Yes.
So it's just
Butane, propane, alcohol,
milk,
CO2.
fucking
Well, those are,
Coca-Cola.
I'm
Like,
listing the things that you use. as a
I get that, but
solvent
it's
on
any
cannabis.
liquid other than water, and they're like, no, we don't add that. So if it was, I mean, literally a smoothie, like a drop of a smoothie dropped in their water, all of that would be solvent.
Yeah,
So they couldn't. I mean, maybe that happened. I'm just saying.
it could.
Allegedly,
Allegedly,
Don't sue
allegedly
us.
that is what happened. But this
but
one,
I believe it.
solvent free. No,
Because what's this called?
solvent free and pesticide free. This is a diamond tip.
Yeah, no, but what type is it?
Cola Sunrise crossed with fruit punch. It was told that it would be very tasty, and it, oh Lord, it has a THCA of 41.4 and a THC of 8.1. Theoretically, if those numbers are accurate, then when you smoke it, you should get those numbers added together as a result. But it says the cannabinoid total is 44.4.
Hello. Thank you.
Pretty numbers.
Those are the stats I want to hear, Rick. Okay?
You're welcome.
Today's tale of the tape.
I'm almost done with this fucking blunt, too, so. I was going to race you
We don't have to talk about it now, but
before you guys.
we do got to just touch on the debates coming up since we talked about it last time.
I didn't even watch the last one.
No, there's not. They're coming up here in a couple days.
I know. I didn't even watch the old ones.
We
Well,
didn't
I
watch
did.
the old ones.
I watched the
I know.
entire 6
I
hours,
bet you did.
and I watched analysts from both sides for multiple hours as well.
Mm-hmm. What did
Plus
you
looked
learn?
at polling numbers.
Did you learn anything?
Yeah. I mean, nothing
Well,
yet.
enlighten us because we did not. I did not. I
mean,
did not watch
It's basic
all that.
stuff. I mean, it's basic stuff that nothing that most people wouldn't already know if you watch CNN. So I mean, I don't have that much on it, but So the debates are coming up on Tuesday and Wednesday. Make sure I get that right. Yeah, Tuesday, July 30th, and Wednesday, the 31st. James?
Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
This joint is a super hashy flavor. It's kind of harsh.
I mean, basically, the first thing off, so Biden's on the second day. If Biden doesn't show up, he's gone. There's no way he's going to win. Just polling-wise, he lost a bunch of numbers from the first debate. So if he doesn't, have some rebukes...
kill it.
Yeah, if he doesn't have... And people are going to attack him. So if he's not going to, come out swinging and say stuff, I mean, he's going to end up just losing. So Biden will be completely off the table if...
Biden
Kamala
needs a
beats him
hype
like he did
man.
last time.
Biden needs a hype man like he was. He needs a dude standing behind him, catching people's eye in the audience and winking and pointing at him. And he needs a hype man like he was.
Touching babies and kissing wives.
Right.
That's what you need.
But that's what he needs. He needs a right-hand man like he was a right-hand man.
Yeah, or like a mascot.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. That's what he wants.
He just needs some dude in a big furry costume right behind him.
Something.
Dancing.
He needs a homie real bad.
God.
I mean, at this point, we were talking about fundraising numbers last time, but in polling, I'm killing it. I'll clean it up.
Oh, did you just... Oh, no, don't put that back in there. Don't empty tobacco into my fucking ashtray.
Oh, see? Never know.
See, I just helped you out.
Yeah, what's in the ashtray?
Are we doing a break? Oh, we can leave this in. Great job, James.
All right,
You broke a cardinal rule.
I always give you something else to put that in that goes in the trash. This is
It's true.
this hard time smoke.
Oh.
And it's not usable now.
Well, we might as well put that in there so we can throw it away, right? There was just a spill, people. An ashtray spill. I won't say who did it. It will remain nameless.
But Ahmed over there.
His name is St. James.
Oh, yeah. No,
I didn't spill it.
Or St. John, right?
I wasn't the one who spilled it. Let's just say that. I was not the one who spilled it.
He who saw it first dealt it, so David. And since David agrees with that, because he didn't say anything against it, we'll move on.
No. The company takes responsibility, but we will direct you to our spokesperson, Rick Bobby.
Yes.
And he will answer questions.
The company is sorry for its involvement, but I would just like you to refer to the report, please. Anything that we were talking about, I already have said it in the report here. So just go ahead and read that. Would that be good? It's like a Mueller answer.
Yeah.
It said nothing.
I didn't see that either.
You know what we learned on a scale of 10 to a Mueller answer? A 2. We learned about 2 things that we already knew about. So really nothing.
He knew about anything. He knew about something.
Dude, all of his answers were hilarious. The entire time, everyone only had 5 minutes, and half the time, they're talking and talking and talking, and then they're like, question. He's like, huh? Can you repeat that? Can you say that again? Where you get this? Where's the citation? Where in the paperwork in my report are you talking about? Let me see here. Yep, okay. Yeah, about what? This part? Well, what's your question? Can you repeat it? Alright, well that's 5 minutes, so cool. Next person. Just the entire time. Alright, so this is where? Huh? Okay, I just thought that was funny.
Ridiculous. Brand new filibuster?
Serious.
That's pretty much
It was a
what
good
that
idea.
was.
I mean, if that was what he was trying to do, he played it well.
Just run the clock out?
Serious. It's fucking Podcoin. Podcoin. The app that pays you to listen.
Hey, and that's what you're doing right now. And if you're doing that right now, we love you. True story.
Pays you to listen to this podcast and every podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's the podcast player that pays. Just get the Podcoin app on iPhone or Android. It's free and super easy to use. You can use the Podcoin you earn to claim gift cards or donate to charity.
Nice.
It's literally amazing. It turns your Podcoin listening to charity, or if you just like to get some Amazon or Starbucks gift cards, you can use whatever you want. We like to donate things personally to charity, but if you want to spend stuff on yourself, go ahead. Podcoin is judgment free.
Judgment free, baby.
Seriously, just go get the Podcoin app and use the invite code.
What?
Yeah, I can use words.
Okay.
Invite code Smoke Show. You'll get 300 Podcoin just for signing up if you use my code. That's 300 Podcoin just for signing up if you use the code Smoke Show.
Smoke Show. That's what we're doing right now. This SPP Shadow joint is still going around.
Dude, it's not bad.
Very well. It's not even
That's
half
probably
done.
why I can't talk so well.
Oh my god.
So, if Kamala doesn't... so basically, I mean, at this point, the polls are all in the same areas. So, do you not want to talk about this?
No, let's talk about it, Rick.
You can't.
I want to
You
hear.
don't have to. Okay, I can now make it so in depth though. All right, Kamala needs to attack Biden again.
Yeah.
Obviously, if she's gonna be coming up. She's
Tell me
seen
how
as
dirty you think it's gonna get, Rick. Okay.
It's got to get dirty.
I want
At
to
this
know
point.
what's the dirty
I hope
shot you think they're
It's
gonna
got to get pretty dirty.
This is not what's going to happen. But I hope that Bernie was somehow playing the field so deep that he threw the first one so he could come out like a badass in the second one and everybody would remember him then. And he does something unexpected or
He needs to. At this point,
super cool. The problem is he has the same message that he has had, which is a good message, but it's nothing new. He's not surprising anyone. He's not making anybody go, oh, it's all shit they've already heard, because he's been saying the same shit,
Yeah.
which is smart shit. But last time it was the first time it had been heard. Now it's not. Everybody's used to it.
Yeah.
And
But
he
now,
needs to come up with something else.
Elizabeth
Something
Warren,
more.
Elizabeth
Yes.
Warren goes, "Hold my beer, Bernie." Like every single proposal he has, she's like, "Here, hold my beer," and like does it more progressive.
Who is this?
No.
Elizabeth Warren.
No,
You know what
she's
should
a-
Like
happen?
all of her ideas, Bernie's ideas, she just goes, all right, let's take that, or we're just gonna go a little bit further left, just a little bit more.
Mhm.
But I mean, almost all of them. So
Just
she's
a weird
even
tweak
more
left.
progressive than Bernie would be.
I don't think so. Because
She is, as far as her
she doesn't
proposals
always
are.
tweak left. Sometimes she tweaks like super capitalist, like we'll solve housing inequality just by buying hella houses for everybody.
No,
It's like,
we're
you're not going to do that.
no, we're
No,
capitalists.
That's what AOC wants.
We're talking about Democrat versus Republican,
I mean,
not
that's what that
capitalist
base
versus
wants.
socialist.
Yeah.
That's not the same argument.
Huh?
Capitalist versus socialist or whatever else you're talking about is not the same thing as Democrat versus Republican.
Exactly.
It's a different conversation.
Exactly, and she doesn't always tweak exactly left on the scale. Sometimes she tweaks up or down. Okay.
Warren needs to be making some moves, because if she doesn't, she is number 5th right now in the polling. And so it's Biden, Bernie, Warren, Pete Buttigieg, and
Dude came into my shirt with
Elizabeth.
my shirt.
or no,
Came
Kamala.
into my store
Kamala
with a
Harris
shirt
and then
that said
Buttigieg.
Pete, just plain gray shirt that just said Pete 2020, and I was like, Pete Buttigieg, and
Yeah.
he's like, he like beamed and smiled real big, he's like, yeah. I'm like,
I hate
cool.
that guy. I'm never gonna vote for him.
Oh,
Fuck
God.
him. Andrew
Cool.
Yang is who I like.
Oh god.
You don't like Andrew Yang?
No,
I was gonna say.
honestly, I just hope it's
Andrew
somebody-
Yang's the guy that
whoever it is. I just hope it's whoever
UBI.
is most likely
Yeah,
to be able
UBI.
to beat Trump. That's it. That's all I care about.
Andrew Yang
Any
wants.
one of them is fine.
Andrew Yang wants universal basic income.
And see,
Well, that's a whole different question, which I was gonna
and see that's
ask
good
about.
for
a
him.
little
So
more
do
left
I.
and a little more
No,
I'm
he's the
probably
guy that
gonna-
says $1,000 every person in the United States should get every month.
that's pretty.
That's awesome. I think I'm probably going to vote for whoever I think is going to be most likely to beat Trump. Probably whichever one I think is most likely to win the primary
Well, so that was the last part of this that I had.
or the caucus. Probably
It's like-
whoever I think is most likely.
It's right now. I mean, it's a matter of who. I mean, what would you say? Right, because there's really just two sides to the whole. The Democrat, the candidate,
Okay.
it's either winning against Trump
Or
or being extremely ideologically pure.
yeah,
You only have one or the other. So you're either going to be that, extremely, Elizabeth Warren, who is extremely progressive, who is holding up all these perfect ideals that are all the dreams that everybody wants,
Oh, so-
and
so what you're
this is
saying
what's
is-
awesome. Or it's going to be more likely a Biden or a Bernie, who's not quite as extreme on some issues. Like Bernie's not extreme on all issues.
I don't
Trade,
think
he's not.
Bernie's
Trade, he is
center
not anywhere
left.
near like Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah,
He
but
almost
he's not
agrees more
center-
with Trump.
He's not center left. Bernie's far left, and they're farther left.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. How far? I mean, because if you go extremely left, like Elizabeth Warren
No,
would not
when it
win.
comes down to it, it's not going to be a vote between 10 people. It's not even going to be a vote between
No,
4
they're-
people.
You're right. They're whittling him
In
down
the
right now.
end, it will come down to a vote between 2 people. Right now, I'm not backing any horse. I don't care which one of them it is.
Oh, these are the primaries.
When it
right
comes
now.
down to 2 people or maybe 3 that look like they might have a shot at it, then I'll pick one. As for right now, this is the first lap of a NASCAR
Sure.
race, and I don't know anything about these guys. I don't give
Look
a
at your
shit.
first world privilege. You know, if you were in Iowa, you would have seen every single one of these motherfuckers. They'd have walked up to your door and
Right.
shook your hand,
Probably.
and they would have introduced yourself because you are the first state in the primary. This is actually why I think they should rotate it. in my
Landmass,
opinion.
man. I'm telling you.
Because they always start in Iowa, and then it moves on to New Hampshire, and then it moves on from there. But though it always starts, so in order to, that's where all these debates are happening. It's before the primary in Iowa and before the primary in New Hampshire now. So that's who it's voting.
that's
So
'cause
if you
you
lived in
gotta play the
Iowa,
electoral
you would
college.
have to already know about all these people, and you would have to be
Those fuckers.
helping make a difference and saying this guy sucks and this guy doesn't.
You know what? By design, I live in a place where my vote doesn't matter.
Now.
Oh,
It
it
doesn't
will.
matter.
Okay, so this is what
Now.
it does.
It
The
probably did.
primary
That's
is
why
when
I
it,
left
way
the
more in
place.
Arkansas.
I left a place where everyone voted the opposite of me and went to a place where everyone voted the same as me. That was not the motivating factor, but I left a place that had different ideals than mine because I didn't like my surroundings and went to a place that had similar ideals to mine. And that's the way it turned out.
Mhm.
Now I'm in a place where when it comes to the presidential election, it doesn't matter which way I vote. My state's going to vote one way, ever.
I don't know.
but
if
that's
I
in the
ever-
main election. These are primaries. This is
Mhm.
different.
I don't know if
You
I
will
ever
have a
really
say
did.
in the primaries.
Oh, and I'll
More likely.
and I'll
More
vote
than likely.
there. But by the time that comes, it'll be down to 2 people,
Yeah.
What if those
and then
people,
I'll pick the lesser of 2 evils, like everyone does at every election.
Yeah, man, but you have to have a minimum.
I'm just gonna write in
standard, you know?
Cthulhu and be like,
That's
I'm
true.
voting for the greater of evils. Fuck it.
That's why I am not. Most years I would have been not upset, but been like, really, man, like. But I understand if you didn't vote in the last presidential election. If you felt both candidates were terrible and didn't live up to your minimum expectations, I understand why you did that. I may not agree, but I understand it.
That's not what happened.
What do you mean that's not what happened?
I mean, I did vote in the last
I'm not
election.
saying you. I'm saying those people that decided, you know what, both
Across-
of these candidates
no.
are just terrible. I don't want to vote for either
in,
one
Wa-
of them.
in Washington,
I don't blame those people
you know what?
for not
In
voting.
That's why
Washington,
most people don't
I
vote.
That's
suppose,
true too.
fine. All of those votes went one way. In the end, if the various little people around the countryside decided that they didn't want to in Washington, whatever. Across the country, if you didn't vote, you voted for Trump. It's your fault.
Damn.
Well,
If
across
you
the country,
didn't
they
vote,
may not be angry.
you voted for Trump.
Oh, this- Maybe.
You did. Absolutely.
But it's like that in every election. Nobody ever votes.
I mean, 60%
Well,
of
they
the
should
country
have.
didn't vote.
That's
Yeah.
the problem.
That's the big
Is
majority.
that Democrats are going, everybody vote, and Republicans are going, no, you need requirements to vote. You need a special ID. You need to
Republicans
make
don't
sure
vote
you can
either, to be
prove.
fair. I mean,
When
majority of them
everybody votes, Democrats win.
It's true.
don't. Is it?
For the
That's
most part, I feel
that's
like.
why Democrats campaign for everybody. Get out
feel
there
like-
and vote.
That's not.
And Republicans are like,
I'll take it. I'll take the
No,
over
they
on that
actually,
one,
I
too.
just read an article on it. We don't have to. I mean, it doesn't really matter
Yep,
that much.
take the over.
But I mean, everybody thinks Latinos are Democratic. Most of them are not. Most of them are conservative. They're Catholics. Their strict upbringing of Catholic. I mean, doesn't usually. I mean, they're pro life. They're not for abortion.
capitalist and probably, yeah,
Yeah.
Republican.
So everyone's like,
capitalist.
"Oh, we need these Latino vote." I mean, realistically, probably most of the Latinos are going to end up being Republican. Unfortunately, fortunately. I mean,
don't think
and
that's true.
they're
No.
why?
There's tons of Latinos here.
There's tons of Latinos that vote Republican as well.
Yeah. And there's tons here that don't. That's a lot of people. And they come from all over South America, too.
No, I mean, I guess it's more of if like the illegals in this country were all. If everyone was like, "Hey, you're a citizen right now," I mean, everyone assumes that those people will vote Democrat.
Why?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Everybody assumes those people would vote.
It's true.
That's true too. Well, if they were anything like lazy Americans, 40% of them would.
Right?
So,
For
I
real.
mean, who knows?
I have to
Who knows
say-
what the real statistics of this country actually are?
I have
Because
to
if
say, so-
we've never had 100% vote.
This might be the most racist thing I'm ever recorded saying.
Uh-oh.
But-
Here we go.
First time I
All
ever.
right, he's throwing it at the racism
I am.
wall.
I'm
Okay?
throwing it
we'll,
out there.
We'll see if
Okay.
it sticks or not.
The first time I ever worked with a Mexican, I was at Job Corps, and he was like 5'6", 5'7". He was a little guy. He was thin. He was like super duper strong little guy. He was I say he was he was really small, but he was also young. He was like 18 or 19. I was like 23. He worked in concrete masonry with me. And I never saw anyone in my life work as hard as I saw him work, like all the time, every day, 100% go, as hard as he fucking could. I watched him work till his hands bled digging post holes and just keep going. Like,
Damn.
like I'm telling you, I've never met anybody who was a harder worker than the first Mexican guy I've worked with. Now, I worked in like fast food and stuff with a bunch of different people that I know were Latino of some type that I don't know where they were from. I didn't know them well enough, but this guy I knew. We were cool. We hung out. We smoked weed together. And I've never seen anyone work as hard as he did. And we were not making money. There was no, if you work harder, you get a promotion or you get to make more money or anything. There's no benefit other than the work itself. Because they pay you like this tiny little, they pay you like $43 every 2 weeks.
Damn.
It's like it's a little stipend. Now they feed you. They give you a clothing allowance.
Yeah.
Every so often, like they take care of everything, but he was working for nothing. Like he could have just lazied his ass off all day, and he would have got the exact same amount.
Damn.
But he just didn't have it in him. He was just a hard working motherfucker.
Just crushed it,
Dude.
If I
had to be 100%,
that has been my experience with most people that I have worked with of any type of Hispanic descent since then. They just fucking hard ass workers.
All right, we see you virtue signaling over there, David. Jesus Christ, get the Mexican dick out of your mouth. We hear you. Okay, we hear you. All right.
God.
Actually, if we were to be 100% honest right now, until I was like 5 or 6 years old, I thought I was Mexican. My two best friends in diapers were Mexican. All their families were Mexican. I was around Mexicans all the fucking time. They used to babysit me. I really, in my head, thought I looked like them. 100%. I mean, I can actively remember that memory of realizing that I was white and not Mexican.
Damn.
I was 5 or 6 years old.
That's pretty wild.
Serious.
Is that when you stopped trying so hard?
First
It
world
was.
problem.
It was.
Just relaxed finally.
Yeah, probably.
All right.
Dude, I did. I don't
Anyway,
know.
I'm gonna be all right.
Dude, well, that was an afterthought.
Oh, God.
You don't immediately think that, but
Oh, God. That's cool.
Jesus, I got a fair shot at life.
What? I can get a job? Yes.
Oh, God.
Welcome back. This is a North African safari sing-along,
Safari sing
and we are here today to entertain you.
I don't think you can say that.
I just did.
I mean,
We are also all Indian.
I don't think you could. Yeah, I don't think
You can be anything you want to on a podcast.
That's
Pretty much.
theoretically true.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No, I'll allow it.
David was Icelandic.
Sustain.
Just not an hour ago.
Sustain. Can I see a lighter? Because I think it's blunt time.
Blunt 30.
We were almost close on that.
Yeah,
We were thinking the same thing, but
Yeah.
we swerved at the last
we
minute.
did.
You know what I mean?
We'll get it down. All right. So this is my dark humor. I told my therapist.
Hold on. Time out. What type of weed is this?
What?
What's this weed
Oh.
called? Sorry.
The weed that we are smoking. My bad. Strawberry banana from Aloha Botanic. It is pesticide free, 31.2% cannabinoids. It's some big fat purdy buds. And it was only $100 an ounce. It's really, really nice quality stuff. That's very inexpensive for where we are. I think the most expensive ounce at my store is $360.
$360?
$360.
It's not terrible.
Cash only.
Cash
As a
money?
matter of fact, American cash only.
Is there anybody
Wow.
that you do allow to use card?
No. We have an
medical,
ATM.
Medical doesn't let you.
No,
Some places.
we don't actually just have the stuff to take a card at all.
So I've
Some
seen places that.
So what
allow
they
you, right?
do is They take your card at the register, but they're not actually selling you the weed on your card. What they're doing is they're selling you cash. They're using their register as an ATM. So say your bill is $54, they're going to charge you $55 or $60 plus their fee and give you your change back. So you would get $6 back. They'd charge you $60, give you $6 back, and then there would be a fee, an electronic fee, and they're allowed to charge that. It's an ATM fee.
Yeah, they just have an ATM at the register.
So, right, that's how people can take a debit card at the register. Is they're using the register as an ATM to sell you cash.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. It was like getting cash back at a bar. Or...
Kinda.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's good. I've never done that. That's actually something crazy.
Hmm.
Cash back at a bar. Is that real?
Some bars will let you do it.
Oh, I guess if they have money for other shit, like
Well, pull tabs
Yeah.
generally.
That refreshing.
yeah, if they have games or something. Yeah.
You gonna talk about the fine craft beer you brought for us this week?
Oh yeah,
It's a fine pilsner beer.
I'm living the life.
It is a fine pilsner
Miller
that we're
Lite.
all enjoying.
I know. Can't tell what I'm enjoying more. This blunt of this beer.
This blunt is pretty nice,
The blend's pretty nice.
I know.
dude. So you've
And
heard
it's
about the X 10
Yeah,
10 toss
I did.
X
I heard.
X 10 toss
30 tension?
Tentacion.
Come on.
30
30
foot
tension.
extension. 30 foot extension.
30 tension.
I still think that'd be a great name for him. 30 foot extension. Who? This guy. Oh. I thought the joke was hilarious.
I thought it was funny. It passed the funny test. It made me giggle.
It was. It's funny, but it's too soon. It's an okay joke. Somebody probably should record them. I get it. You know. I know some comedians probably do different shit when they're at like smaller hometown clubs. You know, like you're testing stuff out, and that place didn't look like a really big show, so it's okay. I get it. You're testing out material.
It was on Comedy Central.
Yeah, I know.
That's bigger. It's televised.
It's 5 minutes. She had 5 minutes on
Still.
Comedy Central. I mean, are you that angry about it?
5 minutes.
So the
too
reason
soon.
why it's a big deal is because her fans started jumping on it. She started getting death threats. Started comedians,
Yeah. That's
well,
a
at
little
least
too
a
crazy.
comedian who shall remain nameless,
Oh,
started jumping on her and saying that was inappropriate. I mean, but look, 2 weeks ago we were talking about it. I mean, a joke has to be controversial. That's the whole point of a joke.
No,
It's
it
gonna
doesn't.
offend somebody.
No, it doesn't.
It's gonna offend somebody,
I don't think so.
or it's not a joke.
I don't think all jokes have to offend somebody either.
They're
No.
going to offend somebody.
No, there's lots of jokes that don't offend anyone.
Yeah.
Name one.
Any knock joke? Sorry.
Most of them are really dirty.
Are they?
Yeah. Or any kind of bar joke. So
All right,
haven't you
the
heard the
Alright,
orange
hold up.
ones
two
and
Jews
shit?
that walked into a bar, or a Catholic and a Jew walked into
I got
a bar.
one.
Jeez.
Oh yeah, it's just gonna be racist.
I think
my
you just
mom's
only
favorite
listen
joke.
to fucked up
Okay.
jokes, Rick.
It's my mom's favorite joke.
Jeez.
So these 3 strings, they're walking down the street and they see a bar. It's got a sign outside that says no strings allowed. And one of them's like, man, I sure would want a drink, but we can't go in there.
I'm already triggered by this.
And so one of them's like, you know what? I'm just going to go in there. Maybe they won't notice. I walked in, goes up to the bar, catches the bartender, goes, hey, man, I want a beer. He goes, ain't you a string? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. We don't serve your kind in here. Fucking come in my bar. Get the fuck out. He throws him out. He's like, yeah, they ain't going to let us go in there. He's like, man. Second one's like, nah, man, you just don't know how to order a drink. He said, watch this. He goes up there and he says, barkeep, we double shot tequila. Barkeep goes over there, pours it, goes to sit in front of him, goes, man, ain't you a strain? Yeah, what of it? He goes, get the fuck out of my bar. We don't serve your kind in here. Did you read the sign? Get the fuck out of here. He throws him out of the bar. Second one goes out. He's like, yeah, we're not drinking here. Third one, he's a smart string. He's been thinking about this. So he takes the top end and he frays it all out like crazy hair. Right? And he takes his stomach and he ties it in a knot. And he goes up to the bar. Bartender, 3 fingers of whiskey. Bartender goes, are you another string? He said, I'm afraid not.
That's triggering though. I'm extremely triggered by that.
You can't possibly
I know.
be triggered by
It's
that.
invoking times of trouble.
Times
Of course it's offensive to somebody.
No, the good guy wins.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't get a girl.
And
that's the problem.
the good guy
that is
wins.
the problem with the joke.
Everyone
Wow.
gets to support racism in this.
Exactly.
Against strings.
Yeah.
It's okay because there's strings.
Yeah. It's terrible.
It's gonna start out as strings, David. It's gonna
Yeah.
go from there, isn't it? It's how it begins.
Yeah.
Your grandchildren's grandchildren's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck shoes. I'm so sick and tired of shoes. 'Cause it's gonna grow more.
I have a-
Just a string.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's.
I remember
Guys
you
are the
telling
best.
me jokes for the best when you got to explain it.
You got
Yeah.
any jokes? Anybody?
I just had one. It failed. It bombed. It bombed
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
bad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Hey, right there you go.
Hey.
That joke didn't offend anybody.
You know what? You were right. That's why it was a shit joke. I threw it at the column of funny, and it was like, I mean, it went way left.
It was an air ball.
Yeah.
You couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
I mean, it almost went in my like
Mhm.
poop. Okay, that's how far away it was. Okay, I stand by it. It was all right. You guys are just high as fuck.
I could do worse.
Mhm.
I could do worse. I have worse jokes.
But they're all racist.
No.
No. See, and that's the point.
That's what you're known
not-
as.
That's the
You're
point.
known as
Not
the
racist
racist
Jokes
joke.
don't
bar
have to be
joke.
crazy.
Not racist
You
bar
gotta
joke.
wait. You gotta wait a little bit.
But it's horrible. You'll probably never tell it.
Okay. Well, it's just you. It's just us. So you can tell us your true thoughts.
Guy walks into a bar, goes up to the bartender, says, "Bartender, I want a fruit punch." He says, "Wait in the line." He says, "There is no punchline."
Mm.
Dumb. I hated your nails at the end. That was the worst part of that
It's
whole
good.
joke.
It's good. It's even better. I like jokes that end with puns even better than regular jokes. It's easy.
All right.
The first-
Well,
Look.
you will love dad jokes.
That joke,
They don't end in puns. They're just a fucking lowly crafted laughing matters.
That in 5
They're
years
small
he's gonna
chuckles.
think are the most hysterical thing.
Sure, yeah.
that joke, the there is no punchline joke. The first time I heard that, it was like a 3 or 4 minute long joke about a guy taking a girl to the prom and doing all this different stuff along the way, and how there were long lines for everything, and then he got to the prom and there was no punchline. But it
That's
was
pretty nice.
really, it was like a really, really long joke. People got mad when I told it.
There you go.
It was still funny for me.
So
Nobody
you're
else thought.
stealing material for the podcast?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Hmm?
You stole material?
Oh
you
no,
are,
I've told
you are
that
the
joke.
Carlos Mencia of.
No, I've told that joke a bunch of times.
Yeah, but you just said you heard it somewhere. Is it like an Arkansas joke?
Maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm kind of an Arkansas joke.
Oh, well,
There you go.
makes sense. Makes sense.
Does broccoli think cauliflower's ghosts?
Oh, man.
Ooh,
Jesus. Okay, these guys are high. High's a fucking kite.
dude.
You're welcome. Blunt
That's an
time.
interdimensional conversation right there.
Is it?
It is.
Well,
It is.
welcome to the fucking fourth
What are
dimension.
thoughts? Are thoughts in a different dimension?
That depends on how much DMT you have. Can I
Hmm.
talk about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I've actually told either one of you guys this. I haven't been on a podcast since camping.
Oh, yeah?
I know, right? Mr. Camp a lot.
How was your camp trip?
It was great. It was fun. It was decent weather the whole time. And it was mind expanding.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Expanding.
Tell us
It
how.
was. One of the people brought some DMT.
Oh, yeah? How was it? Tell us.
Well, for
Well,
one thing-
has James done it?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
For one thing, it didn't look like I thought it would. It looks like a vape
Hmm.
cartridge.
Okay, you guys vaped it. That's the
Dude,
21st century.
It's the
right?
cleanest.
Yeah.
It looked just like a standard weed vape cartridge. Except the fluid was very dark, almost opaque, not quite. And what he told me to do was take 3 deep breaths, like in hit, blow it out, in hit, blow it out, in hit, blow it out, and then in hit and hold it. And I took smaller doses than that because I didn't want
Yeah.
to blow my fucking mind too much.
Yeah,
the
it's a pretty
first
big
time.
rip.
And it was, I was sitting on a river, on a big inner tube, just sitting out in the sun, floating along this river. It was 78 degrees or so, and it was awesome. And I hit this and then just kind of floated out. I was tied off to the bank.
Oh, that's pretty dope. On the
And
water?
just kind of floated out into the river and looked up at the trees.
That's a nice touch.
And everything turned into like fractals and patterns, and everything started moving, not coming towards me or away from me or moving left and right, but moving in place, kind of like it was looked at through a kaleidoscope that was turning. And everything was just these different fractal patterns of this kaleidoscope all over the place. And it only lasted for a few minutes and then it faded away. But it was this really cool, super fun little psychedelic trip floating out there in that river, just looking up at the trees. There was a big log jam that was full of roots and these big branches, and they all looked like they were slightly moving. So they looked like they were, I don't know, I almost imagined them like they were like wooden creatures that looked like they were kind of crawling over these logs and stuff.
It sounds like you didn't do enough
I didn't.
at all.
I didn't. I got a little like, woo, that's cool. Look at all the pretty colors buzz, but only for a minute and a half, 2 minutes. And if you get a really good one, it's like a 5-minute, really intense high. And I did that to see how it was and really wanted to do it again, but everybody showed back up at camp. And there was a bunch of people there, and he didn't want to share that with everybody else. So he put it away.
And so you stole it.
No, I never did do it again.
Oh.
I never did get it again.
I was wondering why you have shades on. Did you just like look in the sun the whole time though? Is that because you're blind?
Oh,
Is that what happened?
that's what it was.
What was the alien AIDS?
Dude, alien age, bro.
Yeah. They're much better.
Dude, so you're never going to believe where we found David.
The blunt. Talk about the blunt first.
The blunt is delicious.
The blunt is gone.
It's not gone yet.
It's gone.
You're not gone yet.
Yeah, the blunt's gone. And that was Ricky hitting the blunt again. That's gone. And it was a really good blunt. And I'm really, really stoned. I'd love to rate this blunt on a scale of 1 to Bazonga, but I don't know what it is. I'm stoned.
Yeah,
That's where it's sitting on the scale.
It is a really good scale.
It's not quite. I don't know if it's Bazonga. I don't know. It might be. I'm pretty motherfucking stoned. It could be a Bazonga blunt, or it could be that we just smoked 2 infused joints before it and we're about to smoke one after it. We may never know.
Someone will know.
Blunt.
Some alien species.
Somewhere.
That was the last joint tube going into the trash. And there's the new one opening up. This is watermelon. You should do the honors.
Yeah.
All right, so we are for that being a joke, though, right?
What?
A good joke that she's allowed to say. She shouldn't get a bunch of hate over it. Especially not death threats, right?
Definitely not death threats.
That's
It
too
is a
much.
funny joke.
It is a little soon. She might get a little.
It's not even a joke about him, though.
Yeah.
It's simply, it's about him enough to get to the joke. It's a Venmo joke.
It's literally half the joke, at least.
No, it's the entire premise because he had a bunch of cash on him.
Yeah,
If there was
she didn't
anybody
have to
else that
mention his
had a
name.
bunch of cash that like had gotten robbed,
She didn't have to mention his name.
she definitely needed to mention his name.
Could have wrote that story by itself.
You know what? I'm gonna say she's a good writer. if
Could have wrote
nothing
that
else.
story by itself. That's an easy.
She could have not named him directly.
Exactly. That's
And
an
still told
easy
the
switch
story.
off. Yeah.
But why wouldn't you?
Could have been anyway. You don't have to do some shot. It could have been
if you name-
Tupac.
If you name him, it's relatable to more people.
That was her first thought. You know, after that happened.
Could have been Tupac, but it was this guy who just died.
Yeah,
Come
but
on.
Tupac didn't have a large amount of money on him.
They all do.
No, didn't have $50,000 on him.
uh,
And again, the joke wasn't even about him. It was about Venmo.
still, it's half the joke.
Dude, she should get hired by Venmo though.
That's true too.
You could,
I wonder how much
definitely-
Venmo is blowing up.
That's the
You could
first
have told the joke without putting a name in there.
thing. Not terrible.
You could have,
Smart.
I
could
tell-
have.
I could tell the joke.
I agree.
Without
You
putting
could
a name
have.
in there.
but there's no reason not to. She should be allowed to be able to have a.
She should. People should be allowed to not like that joke. Any joke.
Agreed. Yeah,
Like,
but
like
not
the
death
afraid
threat.
not, the
Not
afraid
death
not
threat.
joke.
It's okay.
No, the afraid
Like-
not joke, that deserves hate. That's terrible. That's my mother's favorite joke. It's the first joke she ever told me.
String joke.
It is 3 strings walk into a bar. Yeah, that was the first joke she ever told me. I hope that many years from now, my son, who is now 14, listens to this when he's like 55 or something and just laughs his ass off at that joke because for some reason he has his grandmother's sense of humor and thinks that's the funniest shit he's ever heard. I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's actually got a better sense of humor than that, but I thought it was funny the first time I heard it, but I was 10.
And very racist. It was your favorite thing to do. It was your pastime almost.
Hmm.
That was back in the old country, bro. It's fine.
No, see, that was one of the funny things. My parents just did not say the N-word. We didn't. They didn't. It just wasn't. We didn't do that in our house. It wasn't like that's a rule. It just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But my whole rest of my dad's family, still to this day, all of them that are alive, that is regular part of speech all the time. Like, all the time.
It's pretty savage.
It's pretty savage.
It's Arkansas.
Well, they're apparently a bunch of savages.
They're just a bunch of racists.
Do they go on vacation?
Shout out to Edward Norton.
Edward.
Wasn't he the inventor of basketball? Who's Edward Norton?
American History.
American, yeah.
Oh, yeah, shit.
David coming up with, it's fine.
Who invented basketball? I forgot.
You know what? You've been
I
through a
don't
lot.
know.
Probably not
basketball.
Edward.
You know what? You moved.
That's
you
a
moved
good
from
question because I
Arkansas.
have no clue.
You were fucking training dolphins or eating Shamu or something at a former job. You ate some chickens, did some weird things with some feet there, and then
Yeah, chicken
now
feeder
you're here.
thing.
And
I was a blacksmith and a carny and worked in a chicken plant. Lots of fast food, steakhouse, factories,
I'm pretty sure I already said all that. I don't know what I said.
Jiffy Lube for about 4.5 years, longer than anybody with any sense.
That's about a day too long.
Yeah.
So anything else happened that was fun while camping? Besides a lot of fucking and sucking?
No. There was.
'Cause that's what you do at camping. I
There
mean,
was a couple more interesting things. One of the interesting things, we were all camping way the fuck out. No cell phone signal.
I'm thinking
way
about,
out.
We're thinking about camping.
And we actually, I brought a shitter
Mm.
that was functional. It's
You've seen it, David.
but it works.
And he has it in the house.
You put paper
That's
bags in it.
fucking savage.
You
Okay?
put paper bags in it, and then you
Fucking
pull the
animal.
paper bags out and throw them away.
Jeez.
Or well, you bury them.
Bro, why don't you just go live in a cave? You will be fine.
It was like what we were doing for like 4 days. But the thing that was the things that have most interest. One, somebody flew over with a drone at one point. It was like checking us out, and they were like, "We're gonna throw rocks at it," and I was like, "Don't do that."
We're all
That's not-
naked.
that's not-
We don't want them to see us.
No, that wasn't it at
I'm
all.
throwing
We
a
were
couple
literally
rocks at
just
it.
sitting around smoking fucking weed constantly.
Well, naked.
Constantly.
I just assume that when white people go camping, they're naked.
Oh,
Naked.
that's the second half of the story.
Bam.
So the next exit past ours
I told you.
said the sign
White people.
said Triangle Club Foam Party clothing optional.
Where did the sign say this? On Craigslist? Was it like a San
Probably.
Francisco Craigslist?
Probably. No, it was on the side of the
Casual
road.
encounters?
There's a little made sign on the side of the road. We did not.
On like a
We did
tree?
not go in there.
Like what kind of
On a
road?
stand.
Where?
This is
On I-5? Like
No,
what are we talking
on-
about, bro?
on Mountain Loop Highway.
Oh, okay, well you don't have to be
Where
that
we went
specific, but I
camping.
gotcha. Okay. You can be. You can be more
I
specific.
guess there's not very many places out Mountain Loop Highway, but anyway.
It's a big highway. Ain't no one
so-
gonna find you.
Every night, as soon as it started to get a little bit dusky, a little bit off light, we could hear like off in the distance. And the later it got, the louder it got until around midnight. By then, you could hear the treble also.
Mm.
It just got louder and louder and louder. And there was just this ongoing party from, we got there Thursday night and it rained Thursday night. After we went to bed, it rained. But Friday and Saturday night, it didn't. And Friday and Saturday night, both nights, we heard it just going
Sure.
all night.
You need to go and explore. You need to go and
Nobody
see
wanted
it.
to leave.
Hmm.
I actually offered one day. I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go take a ride down the road and go like explore for a while. Anybody want to come ride with me?" Most of the people were like, "No, we're gonna go take a nap." I was like, "While you're fucking camping, you're gonna take a nap?
Yeah, bro, it's a vacation.
Fuck that! There's like shit to do. Who takes a nap while they're camping?"
I mean, I don't, but
I did, but
You
it's
would.
because literally everybody. I tried. I shouldn't have. It was during the hottest part of the day. Everybody else was like, "We're gonna go lay down," and I'm like, "That sounds miserable. I don't want to do that." And everybody went to bed, and I sat there stoned and drunk, and was like, "Fuck, man, nobody's gonna be here now. I'm tired." So I went and tried to lay down in bed, and I fell asleep for like 20 or 30 minutes and woke up with just a ring of wet sweat around my neck, around the shirt I was wearing, just dripping with sweat all over. It was terrible.
So you just got in the river and expressed your bodily sweat to fishes?
Yeah, mostly.
Mm.
That's how we did.
Well,
Mhm.
that's what happens in nature.
The food was good. We had really good food. They brought good shit for cooking with.
Killed a couple bears, I assume. Bringing
No,
you from
they brought
Arkansas.
steak. I brought hamburgers
Is that where
and
Davy
hot
Crockett's
dogs.
from?
I brought hamburgers and Costco dogs.
So you went old school. I get it.
Classic.
For
I
sure.
get it.
There were 9 people, and I brought like 45 hamburgers and 36 Costco dogs.
You guys are still hungry, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the whole time.
I believe it.
I mean, that's just a guarantee that you always have food, right?
I mean, which one do you want for
That-
breakfast? Do you want the burger or do you want the hot dog?
Dogs because they're faster.
Somebody else brought
They
eggs.
cook faster, but what would you want for breakfast?
Dogs because they're faster. You just cut them up.
Oh, so you like a quick breakfast? That's what you're saying?
No, the dogs. I had a it's a like a long fork,
Mm-hmm.
like for grilling that I got at the Everything's a Dollar Store,
God.
and it works great for roasting
Oh, yeah, see?
hot
you have
dogs.
a roaster, so you can just
white
roast
people.
them right there. Yeah.
Yeah, you just
That's-
roast hot
that's
dogs
how you
on
do
the
it?
fire. Yeah, you roast them on the fire.
You gotta be a man, bro. Just stick your hand in that shit
Yeah,
and
that's
fucking turn it. Like, just gotta be a man about it. I've seen people do it on the
Oh.
internet.
I don't think you've
I
ever
know it's
seen
real.
It's got to be.
It's gotta be.
You see, they can't show it on the internet if it's not real.
That's what.
That's the
thank
rule.
you. Thank you.
Everybody knows
Finally.
the law.
Dude, that's what I've been trying to tell people for years. I've been telling that into the comments section, but they're not listening. So
Sorry.
they're not respecting my authority.
You told them about the moon landing too, right?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And
Hey, did you guys see what
that
Buzz
was the
did?
first mistake.
You see about Buzz punch a guy?
Yeah.
Buzz.
Lightyear.
Oh yeah. No, Aldrin.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Was that- I saw
is
it.
it that Buzz, David? Is that who he's talking about?
Fuck you. I did see a little thing of that. I don't know if it was accurate because I saw it on 9gag, so I wasn't gonna repeat it, but I did see it.
He definitely decked a dude.
It's awesome.
He did, but he deserves to be able to. He's one of the. I think there's 3 other people.
You know what?
He's one of.
He deserves to not have anything said in front of him that offends him. There you go.
I don't know.
He
That
should
guy
be-
is old.
If you
Old
say something
as
within his
fuck.
range
He was
that
pretty
offends
provocative.
him, he should be able to punch you in the face.
Yeah, it wasn't even that bad.
He's a dadgum American hero.
Dude, he is.
No, some dude was coming at him like the moon landing was fake, and he just wasn't having it.
Even
And he
even
just walked
if
up, he's like, "You're a fucking fake. You're a fraud."
even if you
right
don't
before you got to that
believe,
third word, he got fucking
right? But even if you don't believe that he went to the moon,
Yeah.
just even if you don't believe that he participated in any of that, he was an experimental test pilot. He was doing crazy ass shit in in things that people died in
Yeah.
all the time.
That's probably the reason why
No
he
big
did an
deal.
extra.
He worked for the Navy and was in. I mean, he was doing experimental ass shit, stuff that people are dying all the time. So if nothing else, he is a badass.
For sure.
Just saying.
Yeah. Well, here we are. Real deep.
Why wouldn't he punch somebody? I would punch somebody. I went to the moon, and you're gonna question me?
Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm just saying. If he really did do it, allegedly, which I believe, but it's still alleged. The lunar, the Apollo 11, when it landed on the moon, the landing, like, what do you call them? The feet they land on? I don't know. So what it lands on?
Feet.
Okay, the feet of the module or whatever, when it landed, that would not have supported itself if it was on Earth. It would have collapsed under its own weight. It was specifically designed for the moon gravity. I just thought that was crazy. If he would have fucked that up, or it had been like too hard, where he had dropped it, like too much weight hitting the ground too hard, that would have just collapsed. Boom. Can't return. Period.
Been fucked.
And it's not even like, all right, cool. Well, it's only 1/5 Earth's gravity, so you have a little bit of, leeway. No, none. Completely designed for the moon. It's it was extremely fragile. You have to set it down like perfectly,
That's a little soft.
or it's just gonna break one of the legs. That's pretty dope.
Pretty dope. That's pretty accurate.
But the Earth is also flat, so who fuck knows?
Wow. See?
Yeah, just saying.
That's why it's daytime everywhere all the time, and then nighttime everywhere all the time. Because it's flat.
It is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
They
saying.
just flip the switch back and forth.
No, the Earth is so wide, and the sun and the moon rotate like a clock. It's like a clock. That's how it works, allegedly.
Mhm.
Thank you for listening to the Seattle Smoke Show podcast.
Oh, yeah.
This has been a show brought to you by. This is a podcast comedy network. Goodbye.